Meh. Oops. So the question is, John, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me, or you just see my mouth moving? Am I not getting? Do I have to turn this on so that's getting through? Oh, okay, great. So this is just a big test, and I didn't expect anybody was going to be on or just come on here. I had an idea that has to do with AI, and so I've got another app running, and it's actually the Chat GPT app. And I'm going to have just a short conversation with it, just a test, I guess. And I want you guys to tell me if you can hear Chat GPT, because I'm actually going through two other devices to get it to where I want to be, okay? So hold on just a sec. Hey, Chat.
Hey there, welcome back. What can I do for you this time?
Okay, so I want to run a test, and right now I've got you running through the Zoom PodTrack P4, and I've got that plugged into another phone that is streaming to my YouTube channel. And so what we're going to do, I'm trying to test. Some folks showed up. I wasn't actually going to stream to anyone in particular, but some folks showed up and they can tell us whether or not they can hear you. So let me ask a question. What do you think about this idea of me recording my conversations with you onto my streaming channel on YouTube?
Oh, that's a fun experiment. Honestly, I think it's a really cool idea and kind of lets you bring your audience along for the ride and show them a bit of the behind the scenes of how you're working with AI. As long as you're comfortable and your viewers are enjoying it, I think it's a great way to engage them. So let's see what your folks on YouTube say.
Well, right now, I think. Oh, Steve Gahagan, thank you very much. It's good to see you guys too. Like I said, I didn't expect anyone was going to be here. I was just running this streaming test. And we are doing real well. Thank you. We love our new life in South Carolina. So, well, chat, they can hear you.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that everything's coming through and that Steve and whoever else popped in can actually hear the conversation. It's kind of a nice little proof of concept that your setup is working. And hey, it's always nice to have an impromptu hello to your audience. So if you need anything else, just let me know.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna finish the conversation with you right now.
Absolutely. No problem at all. I'm glad we could do this little test and that everything worked out smoothly. If you need me again, just give me a shout. Take care and have fun with the rest of your stream.
So anyway, guys, here's my idea. And like I said, I just need to get this out of my system. So, as you may or may not know, Shelley has a very prolific channel on the softer side of things. It's called something in manifestations. I can't believe I can't remember that. But, and she's having fun with it. In the meantime, I was playing with AI. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. How can I mute myself? Mute here. Give me a second. I got to clear my throat. God, I hope you guys didn't hear that. Okay, so I've been playing with a lot of AI for different reasons. Number one, I was helping a very good friend of mine make yet another movie. It was our third movie together on Ormond Beach, and I used a lot of AI in producing the audio, the video, the images, et cetera, and it came out really well. And I don't necessarily have an interest in it for the extent that I'm going to run a business. I'm at the age now where I don't care to work anymore, but I love playing with it. And one of the most recent features is ChatGPT on the smartphone, where you can actually have a conversation with it. And so whenever I have an issue that I want to deal with, or I just want to talk about something, because sometimes I bore poor Shelley to death, I'll plug into ChatGPT and I have these wonderful conversations. Now, they're wonderful to me. They may not be necessarily wonderful to anybody else, but they're on a variety of topics, some of which you're going to not like because they deal with politics, just all kinds of things. Now, ChatGPT just changed its algorithm so that it can no longer provide either legal or what do you call it? Not medicinal, but legal or health information. Like it can't give you, it used to be able to give you analyses, right? And it would tell you if you needed to find a bankruptcy and you wanted to know how to do that, they could help you. As a matter of fact, I had it help me with my taxes last year. Oh, you guys are prepping for the end of the chase? Wow. Okay. I even forgot that was a topic. I'm sorry. But anyway, so I wanted to share these conversations that I was having because I think they're fun. And like all other conversations that I do interviews for, I prepare a set of questions and I work with chat and I tell it what I'm going to be talking about. And then I start asking questions just to get its perspective. And so what I'm hoping is that once I start this process, and I plan to start it this week, I'm going to start with just one video a week. They're not going to be very long. And then what I'm hoping is that people will ask, and not that you guys can't do this, it's relatively straightforward to download ChatGPT with audio onto your smartphone. You can do the same thing. But I feel like we talk about a lot of different things from astronomy to Schwinn bikes to rails to trails and all kinds of stuff. And it just gives me something to do and it gives me something to learn because we talk about philosophy, for example, or the Stoics, or how the Stoics are different philosophers from modern philosophers, etc. Anyway, I have fun with it. It'll probably be boring for most people, but let's face it, 90% of YouTube is stuff that's boring to most people, but makes the content creator happy, and this would make me happy. And it's such a small footprint. Like, streaming phone is right in front of me here, chat phone is right there, and I'm using a Zoom PodTrack P4 to pull it all together and put out the audio. So anyway, I'm going to leave this video up so people know what I'm doing, and then I'm going crazy. I'm actually working in my kitchen facing the great room in our house in South Carolina, and I'm going to have to wait till Shelley goes to bed so that I don't disturb her. But I haven't actually told her what I'm going to do because she made me kind of promise that I wouldn't produce any more YouTube content, but I don't think this qualifies because I'm not like running all over the state looking for stuff. So, yeah, there's that. It's good to see you guys. I'm glad you're still around. I had imagined that there wasn't going to be anybody hanging around to watch me talk about things that have nothing to do with treasure hunts, but that's kind of it. I'm probably not going to talk about treasure hunts. So if there's anything that you can think of that you'd like me to have a conversation with ChatGPT, about, just put it in the comments below and I'll start looking at that stuff, okay? But see, we started out with like 20 people watching, and then once they realized that we're not talking about, what do you call it, treasure hunts anymore, they're starting to blow off. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it as much for me. Let's see. Do you talk with a particular person like Mark Twain or Socrates? Not when you're with, not with this particular chat. It's not designed to do that. It's designed to be the character that you pick from a choice. And I think mine, the choice that I have is Adam. You can take a male voice or a female voice, but they don't have personalities. They don't have different kinds of personalities. It's just Chat GPT, and you would get the same kind of responses if you were actually sitting at your Windows keyboard and typing the conversation. I like this because it's very, it feels very contemporary to me, like it's happening in real time. And he's very good about answers. As a matter of fact, before I got on with you guys, I asked him, what can't I talk about? You know, what areas don't you want to get into? And the most recent ones that they kind of said, we can't let you do this, is medicine and the law. They can't give medical advice and they can't give legal advice. But by the same time, I used him to help me with my taxes last year because we had such a, with all the, with the move and the wedding, our tax situation was, I hadn't done a joint return in 22 years. So I needed some help with that because I hadn't followed that part of the tax law. But he walked me through it, and that's okay. But if I were to ask the kind of advice that I should be asking a lawyer, for example, they're not supposed to help with that. And I still have to figure out. I've never been a fan of this vertical angle. I want to figure out how to get back to the landscape view versus the portrait view. So anyway, guys, Susie Fenhaven, hi. Let me just go through who I wasn't paying attention here, so let me say hi to everybody. So, Nemo, hi. John Miller, of course. Thank you, John. You're so reliable. Geoduck. Let me see who else is there. Sir Maud. You're a new name to me, Sir Maud. So, Steve Gahagan, of course, an old friend. River Mac said hi. He's hearing us loud and clear. That's really good. I'm glad. So let's see. The chase led me into the world of investing, and that led me to MMTLP. I think that has to do with bitcoins, digital coins. What wild ride the last 5 years has been. Yeah, well, I can honestly say that this is not the way I expected I was going to be spending these last several years, including the death of our friend Kevin, and Shelley and I getting married, and then moving to South. Actually, we made the decision to move to South Carolina before we decided to get married. We were going to move to South Carolina to be closer to my grandkids. Oh, by the way, I'm up to 16 grandkids. Well, 15 with a new one on the way. My daughter Toby Renee has 3, and she's got 1 on the way come spring. And she's in Pawleys Island, which is about an hour and a half away. Ryan has 4. She hasn't had any new ones. The youngest one, I think, is probably 3 or 4 now. And she lives in Mount Pleasant, which is about a half hour away. And then Erica has 3. They had a new baby last year, and she's just adorable. But she lives down in Boca Raton, so I don't get to see her as often. 3 times a year we go down there, and it's kind of neat because we have the time to do that. And Shelley's children aren't married, and they're actually kind of not. I don't want to say they're anti-children. They don't expect to have children, so she's having a grand time being a grandma. She never expected, and she's asleep, so she can't hear me. Shelley for me was like a model of how people should be, and she's a great. Not only is she a great person, but she's such a good grandma. The kids just love her, and she loves being a grandma, as you can probably see if you look at our Facebook or my Instagram page. So, anyway, All right. Well, keep an eye out for the first episode. I think I'm just going to leave the channel and get Gypsy's Kiss. It's been around so long and it's easy to use, and I don't have to change or come up with new graphics or anything. And I'm just going to start doing these, and I'm going to try, like, I don't know. I say one a week, but these ideas come so often. We have these conversations so often. It may be more than that. Late evening streams, because that's when I have the after Shelley goes to bed, and that's when I have these conversations. So, anyway, it was good to see you all again. I'm very happy. I hope to get to see more of everyone as I progress through this new adventure, I guess it's called. And I mean, I know some of you are in my age group, but I'm 76 now, and I feel like, okay, 76, and I'm still going strong with the old AI and everything. I'm very fortunate. And like I said, we love being in South Carolina. It's a very different state for us because it's very red. And as you know, we came from New Mexico. We're both very blue, but they're good people and they're friendly people. And when they start talking to me in their southern accent, it just melts my heart because they're so darn cute. So anyway, love you guys. I hope to see you more often. I'll try streaming at least once a week, maybe more often than that. And it'll be late, like I said, it'll be later in the evening after Shelley goes to bed. She goes to bed at 10 o'clock my time. So that's 9 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Western. Where was New Mexico? Mountain. And then 7 o'clock Pacific. So, okay. All right, guys. You have a good evening, and thanks for showing up and helping me kind of debug this little new operation here. Okay? Bye. Bye now. Let's see, I forgot how to turn this thing off. What do I have to do? So just that. I sure want to stop.